Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I've got a lawn tractor here today with a problematic starter. I'm going to show you the symptoms and I'm going to show you exactly what the problem is with the starter, and then I'll show you how to replace that starter. When you try to start this tractor, all you hear is this grinding noise. And the starter is located right over here, so the noise is coming from there. And it does not appear to be engaging the flywheel. That's the main issue with this starter. And if I look inside here, you can see that the gear is stuck in the up position. There's totally something wrong with that. Once the switch is off, that gear should be all the way back down. So what I'm going to do is remove the starter and replace it. First of all, you want to disconnect the negative cable from your battery here. The reason I'm disconnecting the battery cable is for safety purposes. You don't want a live positive wire once you take it off the starter dangling and touching the body of the tractor. That would definitely cause sparks and a short. And now I'm removing the positive battery cable here from the starter. And on this engine here, the starter is held by two 10mm bolts. And here's the starter. You can see that the gear is stuck in the up position here. A small piece of rubber like this also came out. Now I'm not quite sure why it got stuck in the up position like this. Obviously this Kohler here wasn't sliding back down the shaft. And from my experience, if I unstuck these gears, they always end up back there stuck again. But since this is not my tractor, I don't want this thing coming back in a week from now with the same problem. I'm better off to put a new starter and avoid people coming back and being upset that their starter has the same problem. The most common reasons I replace starters on lawn tractors are because they are burned out. People hold them way too long when the machine won't start. This makes the starter overheat and then eventually it just lets go. And the starter I'm replacing today is part number 3209803. It's a Kohler starter. And I've got my new starter here and I'm going to show you how to reinstall this. But before I start the job, I'm going to put a bit of Loctite on the bolts that hold the starter. This is the blue Loctite, it's the medium strength. Now this starter here is really easy to install. Just simply line it up to the two holes underneath here. Insert your bolts. If your holes aren't quite lined up properly, just move the starter a bit like this till you get it in. And install the bolts evenly. Now I don't have the torque specs for these bolts, however just use common sense and make sure that they are fairly tight. And again, make sure that they are tightened up evenly. And that's good. Now what you want to do is install the positive battery cable over here on the starter. So you'll have to undo the nut here. It's a 7/16 again. And make sure this is fairly tight because there is a lot of vibration. Now when you're tightening this nut up, if you notice that the whole thing wants to turn, then hold the other nut back here while you tighten this one up. If you don't hold it sometimes and everything wants to turn, you can cause damage inside the starter where the wires go. Now before reconnecting the battery cable, it's best to clean the posts and get rid of corroded bolts like this. And to do this, I'll be using a drill with a wire brush. Make sure to wear safety glasses. And I'll even clean the eyelets of the cables here. And now just make sure the bolts are tight. And now you can add a bit of dielectric grease on the posts if you want. This will help prevent corrosion. And now it's time to try out that starter. And I'll try it once more. It's not very often that I get a starter with the gear stuck like that, but it does happen from time to time. So thanks for watching, guys. Please like my videos, make sure to subscribe, and you can also follow me on Google+, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. The links are all under the video. And have yourselves a great day.